The Hobbit, Chapter 1, second video. No going upstairs for the Hobbit. Bedrooms, bathrooms, cellars, pantries, lots and lots of these. Wardrobes. He had whole rooms devoted to clothes. Kitchens, dining rooms, all were on the same floor. And indeed, on the same passage. The best rooms were all on the left side going in, for these were the only ones to have windows. Deep-set round windows looking over his garden, and meadows beyond sloping down to the river. Questions. Yeah, I do have questions. Questions. What do you do in a bedroom? Answer. Well, that's your own business, right? But usually, I don't know, you sleep. That's one thing you can do in a bedroom, right? Question. What do you do in a bathroom? Answer. Again, it's your own business, but you can take a shower in the bathroom. You can brush your teeth in the bathroom, right? Question. What can you do in a cellar? Answer. Well, first of all, usually cellars are downstairs, right? Not here, because you just have one floor. It's just one tunnel, right? With doors opening to both sides. But what can you do in a cellar? Answer. You can, usually people store wine. That's the, in a typical, let's say, American house, downstairs from the, underground, right? Downstairs from the first floor, you would have either a basement, and then the idea is probably you have a game room there, or even a bedroom, a game room, or a place to have fun. Or you would have a cellar, you store stuff. Wine cellars, very famous. Question. What can you do in a pantry? Answer. You store food and drink in a pantry. You could even have a wardrobe, like or a cabinet in your house that you call your pantry, right? Well, for example, in my case, I don't know, I call it food wardrobe or food cabinet, right? But I remember when I lived with my mom, we did have a pantry, because my mom loved to cook, and then she would have lots and lots of pickled things. Pickled, you can have pickled cucumber, that green long thing, that, I don't know, you have on your sandwich, in McDonald's, I don't know. That's pickles, right? We call pickles, but you can have pickled anything. You can have pickled cauliflower, you can have pickled onions, you can have pickled beets, you can have pickled potatoes, And my mom used to make lots of those, hundreds and hundreds of jars. She used to make jam as well, when you cook fruit, all right, and then you put some sugar and stuff, and then you can use in your bread. She used to make, I don't know, kilos and kilos of kinds of cookies, and because she liked to cook so much, we had lots and lots of food, so there was a room specifically to store all of those things. That room was the pantry. All right. Next question. What can you do in a wardrobe? Answer. Well, usually you don't do anything in a wardrobe. I don't know, you can hide, because for most of the times a wardrobe is just like a cabinet, It's made of wood and etc. But sometimes, as it is the case here, a wardrobe is like a closet, all right? And many times a closet is like a room you can enter, and you're going to store clothes, basically, shoes and stuff. Question. What can you do in the kitchen? Answer. You can cook in the kitchen. You can wash the dishes in the kitchen. You can I don't know, get something from the fridge, right? Question. What can you do in a dining room? In a dining room, you can dine, right? Another way to say dine is have dinner, right? Very nice, very nice. I have an interesting question. Why did the Hobbit hole have windows just on one side? Why not on both sides? Answer. Because, of course, if you imagine a hill like this, right? And you have your hole here, close to, to the edge of the hill, here, to the surface of the hill. You're going to have your windows, to this direction, because the hill ends here. But if you try to have windows here, just if you have a home that covers the whole extension of the hill, right? And it would be a huge home, right? As that was not the case, what would happen? You would have the tunnel here, the end of the hill here, the rooms here with windows, remember the tunnel is here, the other rooms here, and here you would have the inside of the hill. So nothing to be done there, right? Question. What would you tell a friend if he had deep set eyes? Answer. I don't know, you would say, oh my god, you're ugly. Or, oh my god, you have to sleep, right? Because if your friend had very deep set eyes, his eyes were like in the half of his head, all the way inside. I don't know, this person needs to sleep, right? So, deep set eyes, deep set windows. This is the surface of the hill. The window wouldn't be here. The window would be to the inside of the hill. So there would be like a little tunnel, right? From the edge of the hill until the window. So that's why we say deep set round windows. Question. I don't know. What can you do on metal? Answer. On a metal, I put a very nice picture there. I don't know, you can run, I don't know, kind of jumpingly, because it's this beautiful field with green grass, beautiful birds singing, the wind is blowing on your face, and you're all happy running, alright? So that's the metal, alright? So that's what you can do. Okay, so keep in mind that his garden would slope down, not like this, but like this, to the river. So let me read it one more time. No going upstairs for the Hobbit. Bedrooms, bathrooms, cellars, pantries, lots of these, wardrobes. He had whole rooms devoted to clothes. Kitchens, alright? I want you to pay attention to that. We're not talking about one kitchen, we're talking about kitchens. Kitchens, dining rooms, all were on the same floor, and indeed on the same passage. The best rooms were all on the left side going in, for these were the best ones to have windows. Deep-set round windows looking over his garden, and meadows beyond sloping down to the river. This hobbit was a very well-to-do hobbit, and his name was Baggins. The Bagginses had lived in the neighbourhood of the hill for time out of mind, and people considered them very respectable. Not only because most of them were rich, but also because they never had any adventures or did anything unexpected. You could tell what a Baggins would say on any question without the bother of asking him. Okay. Question. No, I feel I should remind you of the meaning of the words before I ask you the question, right? Yeah, in this case I will. Sometimes I won't, sometimes I will help you. First, a well-to-do person is a prosperous person. Person with money in this case, right? So my question is, I don't know who in your family is very well-to-do. Answer? Well, in my family, I don't know. I think I have an uncle who has a huge furniture factory, and I think he is well-to-do. I have an aunt who is a school owner. You know, maybe she is well-to-do as well. Question: tell me something. A kind of habit we here in Brazil have had for time out of mind, meaning for so much that we can't even remember when we started it. Answer? Well, it depends on your age, right? Depends what for you is for time out of mind. For some people, oh, we have been using computers for time out of mind, more than 5 years. Yeah, much more than 5 years. So I'm just saying that to tell you that time is relative when it comes to this question, right? Because what is a long time for you, for other people it's a very short time. Now imagine, like, I don't know, imagine you are 10 years old and you've been doing something for a year. Wow, that's a long time. It's like, you know, we kind of don't count the 5-6 first years, right? So it's almost, I don't know, 25% of the life you can remember for a year. Now imagine you have, yesterday I was talking to my wife about this lady. She was going to take the vaccine and the reporter was interviewing her. And she was 113, 113 years old. You know, first of all, I have to interrupt the video here. It took me a long time to recover from that, you know. So imagine this lady doing something for 1 year. You know, it's like a day for us, right? Okay, but I would say that's something we've been doing for time out of mind here in Brazil. I don't know, we've been having feijoada as a typical dish. I don't know. Okay. Next question. What does your sister do that most bothers you? Answer. Well, in my case, my kids or somebody, well, it bothers me. I don't know. Look, I'm not bothered by noise. I don't think that's a problem. With my young son now, it bothers me when he tries to get the TV out of the wall and throw it on the floor. Then it kind of distracts me, right? Remember that you have the expression, why bother? Why bother is like, oh, don't even mind, you know? It's like, why bother asking Cynthia if she wants to join us if we know she doesn't like movies, right? So, I went to this chocolate store, right? And then I bought my wife some chocolate without the bother of asking her. Why did I buy the chocolate without the bother of asking her? Answer. Because I know she loves chocolate, right? I know she loves chocolate. So why bother? Okay. Well, let me see if I forgot something. No, let me read one more time this part. This Hobbit was a very well-to-do Hobbit, and his name was Baggins. The Bagginses had lived in the neighborhood of the hill for time out of mind, and people considered them very respectable, not only because most of them were rich, but also because they never had any adventures or did anything unexpected. You could tell what a Baggins would say on any question without the bother of asking him.